Hey, howdy, BookTube. Welcome back to Traumatic Tomes. Today is June 1st, and in the BookTube community, that means that we've started June on the Range, a challenge or so that I have never participated in, but it involves the reading of Western books. Now, I am not well read in the Western genre at all. I've read a Cormac McCarthy Western, and I think that's it. But I was at my local Goodwill last week, I think, and I picked up Larry McMurtry's debut novel, Horseman Pass By. So many of you probably know Larry McMurtry from Lonesome Dove, as well as Terms of Endearment or The Last Picture Show or some other novels. I believe he won a Pulitzer, I think, for Lonesome Dove, which is an incredibly popular book on BookTube and one of the best regarded books that I've ever seen, along with Stoner by John Williams, and I don't even know what else. It seems like everybody gives Lonesome Dove a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 100%, whatever. But back to the debut, Horseman Passed By. McMurtry published this in 1961, which was a few years after he graduated college. And I think per Wikipedia, he would wake up early in the morning and write 5 pages of this in the late 1950s, 1960. It's kind of a short book. It's 240-ish pages. It follows our main character, Lonnie Bannon, who is a 17-year-old orphan, and he lives on his grandfather's ranch outside of Thalia, Texas. Not exactly sure how to say that. But he lives on his grandfather's ranch. His parents are dead. His grandmother is also dead. He has a step-grandmother. And Lonnie lives this kind of phantom existence on the range. Not on the range, on the ranch. And I say phantom because this is a coming-of-age story. So Lonnie is still retaining some of his earlier childhood memories and ways of life, but he's beginning to yearn for more outside the ranch. But where this becomes kind of a sad tale is that while he wants to leave the ranch, the thing that's tying him down to the ranch and to this place in Texas is his only remaining family, who's his hardworking grandfather, Homer Bannon. They raise cattle, bulls, horses, maybe some other animals. But Lonnie lives on this ranch with his grandparents, as well as some other farmhands, to include the melancholy Jesse, who was formerly / still is a drifter, and he has lots of stories to tell Lonnie, but he is kind of depressed, and he is somewhat of a foil for Lonnie's dreams of traveling. Jesse's like the depressive foil to Too Much Freedom, I think. And another one of the farm hands is a man named Hud. It's not really a farmhand. He's the step-grandma's son. What does that make? Is he a cousin of Lonnie? Not by blood, I don't know. But Hud is a rootin' tootin' not stinky, it's kind of evilish. The guy wants to take over the farm when Homer Bannon, the grandfather, dies. So he's the main antagonist of this. And actually, they made a movie from this book called Hood, in which Paul Newman plays Hud, which I guess they made him the main character in the movie, but he's not the main character in the book. It's Lonnie. But yeah, what did I think about this book? I really enjoyed it. It was a tragic read, but not in the sense of like active tragedy. This was a passive tone setting tale of holding on to family while trying to figure out how to grow into maturity. And I think frontier Texas, at least outside of towns, was kind of a lonely place, and you gotta hang on to what you've got. But things change. Things are always changing, and it's hard to come to terms with that. And this is especially difficult for our character Lonnie, as he's finally becoming an adult in a world without his parents, where he's got all sorts of influences trying to drag him in different ways. So yeah, I was really impressed with Horseman Passed By. It's actually my first Larry McMurtry novel ever. I haven't read Lonesome Dove. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I'm going to read any more Westerns for June on the Range, but we'll see. We'll see. I definitely want to read more McMurtry sooner rather than later. So, yeah. Horseman Passed By, Larry McMurtry's 1961 debut novel. Thumbs up. 4 out of 5. Really good book. Peace. Darn tootin'.